Hi and welcome to June's Mindful Crafts subscription box. This month we are needle felting brooches. So if you have got the subscription box, you will have in there a foam block, you will have a felting needle, you will have a selection of different colour carded wool, you will have a brooch back, you will have some little gems in there, and you will also have a link to this tutorial and a discount code for the website. So without further ado, grab yourself a cup of tea, cup of coffee, glass of wine whenever you're doing this, and we'll make a start. Okay, so for the brooch, we are going to create a flat piece of felt, and you can do this in any design that you choose. Okay, so this one obviously is a butterfly. This one I did as a heart. Now, if you are concerned that you're not going to be able to get the shape properly, then a good idea is, if you have got any, just to use a cookie cutter. And you can use that then to fill the shape and get the correct pattern that you're afterwards. So I'm not going to do that now. I'm just going to create another heart. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get just a few fibres, just a thin layer, okay, and then all I'm going to do is, with my felting needle, I'm just going to basically start felting it, because I want to create a flat piece of felt. Okay, now I'm going to stop there, because when we first start, we need to peel it off, turn it over so it doesn't stick to the foam. Okay, and then we're going to carry on felting. Now for this one, I think I'm going to do a flower. Okay, so I have got a cookie cutter if I wanted to do a flower, but I'm going to show you how you can do it without. Okay, and turn it over. And so on. Now, if I want to make sort of like an outline, I'm just going to use just the end of my needle there. Can you see how I'm just using it just to tuck those fibres in, just to make the outline be a bit clearer. All right. Okay, so as you can see, I'm just doing this now. So that's going to be the outline of my flower, and now I'm going to add some petals. Okay, and again, if I wanted to make it a bit small, I'm just going to fold. Oh, I got myself then, be super careful. So the needle we're using for this project, it's just a medium 38 gauge needle, which it's great for using with the carded wool that you've got if you've got the subscription box. As you can see, it felts quite quickly. Okay, now, and it's not a perfect circle at the moment, but it doesn't need to be. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some petals. So I'm going to grab another piece of my carded wool, and I'm just sort of like going to roll it just roughly into a petal shape. Okay, and then I'm just going to felt that. Now I want to felt it onto the centre of my flower. Okay, so I'm just going to do that slowly, and then as we do this, as we add each petal, okay, we want it to stick onto here. Now don't worry about if there's any thin bits or it's not quite the right shape at the moment, because we'll sort that out in a while. At the moment, we just want to add the basic shape of the petals. Okay, so we'll go all the way around, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so now I've got my rough outline of a flower. Obviously, if I'd have used a cookie cutter, then I would have got the shape quicker. But what I'm going to do now is I want to make sure that all these petals are secure onto that centre circle that I did. And also we want quite a firm piece of felt. So we want quite a firm piece of felt. So I'm going to carry on felting, but I'm going to just be adding bits of other colours to my flower. Again, this is no flower in particular, I'm just using the colours that I like. But as we felt, this will become smaller. Okay, at the moment it's very floppy, it's very loose. It's not an ideal brooch, okay, but it will be, because we're going to add bits of various colours all the way around. And again, there's no right or wrong here. This is entirely up to you. I'm going to add a bit of light blue there as well, I think. Okay. And then if I want to, if I think that's a bit too blue, I'm just going to add a few more strands of the pink. And you can see what's beginning to happen is as you continue to felt, all of these little bits, they will all blend into each other, and that's what gives you this sort of like different colour design. So what you're going to do now, and again, it's entirely up to you, you don't have to do this, you can just have your regular flower shape if you want to, but if you want to spend some time just adding bits of colour, then do that now, and I'll meet you when we're done. Okay, so here we are, and as you can see, I've been felting. I've probably been felting this for probably about half an hour now, and the more I felt it, you can see how firm it has become. And then all I've done is I've used the end of the needle just to give me the definition of the petals. Okay, just by going round the outside and pushing them in. Obviously be super careful of your fingers when you're doing this. I'm going all the way around, and as you can see, what I've done is I've just added bits of other colours and then just felted over the top again. So you just keep going until you're happy with what your brooch looks like, whether it's a heart or a flower or a butterfly or whatever it may be. Okay, and the more you felt it, the thinner and firmer it will become. Okay, now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how we attach the brooch back. So you've got some brooch backs in your subscription box, and I'm just going to open it out and just lie it like that with the back on here. Now I'm not going to glue it because I want to felt it in. So again, I'm just going to take some of the fibres that match my design, and I'm just going to lay it over that brooch back, and then just either side I'm going to felt it in. Now I am going to need more than that, okay, because I want to make sure it's really secure so that the brooch back doesn't come off. Okay, so there's those. Okay, so I'm going to get some more. Okay, I'm just going to use my fingers just to sort of like felt them so they're stronger that way, and then I'm just going to felt over that brooch back again. And again, the more you felt it, the more secure it will become. Okay, if you've got any loose fibres, just use the end of your needle just to poke them through. And I'm going to do this bit over here. Okay, now again, I'd probably carry on this for a good 5 minutes or so just to make sure it's all felted in. Okay, and then because that brooch back has got holes in, you can, if you can feel them, just be careful with your needle. There you go. You can feel them, you can just felt within those holes. And again, that will just give it extra strength. Okay. So just keep felting. Okay. And then you have your brooch back ready to wear. Okay. Now, again, here, there are lots of possibilities. You could, if you wanted to, I've just done a blanket stitch around the edge of this one just to make it different. This one I didn't. Okay. And also, you've got those little gems in your kits. So if you did want to add a bit of sparkle, all you need is a bit of any glue, PVA glue. Just dab a spot, pop the gems on, and then you've got a nice sparkly brooch. Okay, now I'm going to carry on felting this just so it gets a little bit thinner. You can do this, you could do this for hours. Okay, the more you felt it, the more firm it will become, and it will just become thinner. Okay. Right, well, I hope you've enjoyed the June subscription box. Look out for the July one. Thanks for watching. If you like what you've seen, please, as always, hit like, subscribe, and put the bell on for notifications. And I'll see you for my next tutorial. Okay, thank you. Bye.